Number 1. On heroin. The visual effects are not so important with heroin because when a person takes this drug, their life suddenly loses any sense and their body is overwhelmed with euphoria. Again, the influence of heroin on your system, including the sight, is catastrophic. In the long run, it weakens the ability of your pupils to respond to low light, which can easily progress to blurred vision or even permanent loss of it. Number 2. On cocaine. You can see something similar to the effect of cocaine in the film Limitless. This drug exacerbates all feelings. Images become fuller, brighter, and a bit distorted. Cocaine may cause sensitivity to light. Over time, cocaine addicts may develop a corneal ulcer and other eyesight problems that can easily lead to permanent vision loss. Number 3. On LSD. LSD largely intensifies our view of colors and shades as well as our night vision. It also sharpens the sight. Above that, LSD has multiple physical and psychological effects on your health, including nausea, closed-eyed color patterns, elevated blood sugar, etc. It may cause severe reactions such as anxiety and paranoia. Number 4. After smoking cannabis. After smoking cannabis, your eyesight is similar to that of a slightly drunk person. Some research states that regular cannabis smoking may result in the delay of vision to the retina. This influence may be weak, but it still has a certain impact on the vision. Once again, your image of the world gets vague and slightly doubled. Number 5. Drunk. Obviously, it takes more than a glass of wine to get this drunk. This image shows a strong alcoholic intoxication. When you are heavily drunk, you start to see a double and blurry image. Remember, alcohol has a crucial effect on your system, so you should know your limits and be able to draw the line when enough is enough. Number 6. 6 months after birth. After 3 months, a child can discern their parents' faces. After 6 months, they start to perceive colors, best of all, red and yellow. Then, after 3 more months, infants' vision becomes quite clear so they can recognize different objects around them. Children at this age also start to pay closer attention to the details instead of the whole picture. Number 7. A month after birth. After a month, a baby starts to pick out large objects and objects that are about 8 inches away. For example, their mother when breastfeeding. At this time, infants' eyes begin to work together and focus, so they also start to track moving objects. Number 8. A newborn baby. At birth, sight is considered to be the least developed sense. A newborn baby sees everything around almost completely blurred. Basically, an infant can only see the presence or absence of light because his or her eyes can't focus on parents' faces yet. So, at the beginning of life, the whole world just seems like one big and beautiful gray blur. Number 9. Color blindness. There are several forms of color blindness. The most common one is called deuteranomaly. With this deviation, all colors, especially green and red, lose a bit of saturation. At the same time, the intensity of colors doesn't change. Usually, people with deuteranomaly have problems indicating shades of red, orange, yellow, and green. Number 10. Complete blindness. Total blindness looks like complete darkness. But a blind person wouldn't define the world around him as black or dark, as he simply doesn't know what the color black or darkness in general are. By the way, in case you were wondering, they see nothing in their dreams either. Blind people explore the world by using other senses, which are usually quite sharp and clear. Number 11. Late loss of vision. Those of us who have lost their sight but still have partial light perception can only distinguish light and darkness. Usually, these are people that were born sighted and became blind later in their lives. They usually lead the life of a completely blind person, making necessary adjustments to be able to live easier with such condition. Number 12. Practical blindness. People who are practically blind can distinguish abstract shapes, colors, and light. However, they are considered blind as they can't live the life of a sighted person. One of the reasons for such condition may be the lentiform opacity, or in other words, cataract, which can be successfully treated by surgery. Number 13. Hypermetropia. Hypermetropia is the other way around. You can't see what's right next to you while the background is quite clearly visible. In this case, light focuses behind the retina. Hypermetropia can progress to the condition when objects of any distance may appear blurry. You can treat such farsightedness by wearing corrective lenses. Number 14. Myopia. Myopia is when you can see objects that are close to you relatively well, whereas distant objects get blurry. It's happening because light focuses in front of the retina of your eye and not on it as it should be. So don't get offended when people with myopia don't say hi to you on the street. They probably didn't even see you. Don't forget that among the risk factors of myopia are greater time spent indoors as well as long work or pastimes, which includes focusing on the objects too close to you. Number 15. Strabismus. It is commonly believed that a person with strabismus sees a double image, or, as in some films, can look in different directions simultaneously. The truth is that this person's brain ignores what one of their eyes sees, so the image is not doubled. This applies to all kinds of strabismus. In other words, you can see what those people see just by covering your eye with your hand. Strabismus can be treated in a variety of ways, including surgery. Which one of these points surprised you the most? Leave your opinion in the comment section below. And if you want to see more informative videos like this, then hit the like button below the video and share it with your friends.